Hey, Abby, it's Pete. I thought I'd just run through your website and give you a few ideas for how to improve your subscription conversions. So, looking at your data, I see that your free registrations are coming in uh, pretty okay. Your paid subscription conversions are less than 5% of free registrations. So, that's a little low. And I think you can bump up a level with some edits to your site. So, here we go. I'm going to jump in. First of all, for some reason, on a slightly smaller resolution, you have some sort of menu collision happening here. So I'd probably just take care of that. I think one of my bigger thoughts is that my first impression here uh, and I'm trying to uh, take the perspective of a reader who's coming in who doesn't really know your publication. But I see gifts and I see wine and I see one interview, and I feel like this is almost like a product oriented site. Now, if I try to click on the titles on the bottom here, for some reason, I can't do it. It took me a little while to figure out that I had to click on the image. I know that interviews are important to you, and that's great. If I click into the interview, I think I get the free registration. Let me, no, I'm logged in as a paid subscriber here. Okay. This is great. This is a bit of a hole in your bucket, though, because I can go to YouTube and watch this interview. And this feels like premium content, like your best content. I mean, they're calling you out in the Nonchalant magazine in the interview. I can just share this socially from YouTube. And what I would do is use something like Vimeo or and then it's easy for Leaky Paywall to lock down a Vimeo video and make this a hard lock on these interviews if these are really important to you. So that's a pretty big hole in your content bucket. Just as an aside, I would also take the transcriptions off of these and have AI translate them a bit for this page. And if you decide to meter this page, in other words, just leak it a little bit so Google can pick up on it, then the transcriptions or the AI summaries of the transcriptions do help quite a lot, because otherwise there's not much text on this page. So anyway, content hole here. So then I went through. I went through the homepage. I looked at the layout's great. There are some other articles in here which I suspect are sponsored content, and that's fine. But they don't, unfortunately, really match the brand. So, Guide to Shopping, I don't know about that one. Let me see here. A lot of these look good and on topic. And like here, why your hair needs more protein, that seems totally off brand. That's a kind of a generic. Well, I think that's hurting your brand. And then there's one about air purifiers in here somewhere. This is also, why is this here kind of feeling I get. Now, just speaking of brand, one of the things that I would think about is how are you benefiting your readers? You have your niche, queer women. How are you making their lives better? And I think that uh, figuring that out, stating that, and really leaning into that with your content is the way to capture more attention. So, is this globally queer women? Is this in the UK or in the EU? Are there very specific topics of interest? Are interviews like the main thing that your readers are interested in? I don't know, I don't really know your content structure, but what content are your readers really resonating with? What are getting the clicks and opens? And think about when you're writing copy to convert paid subscriptions, what are the benefits? The features are okay, but what are the benefits? And I ran through your About Us page through a ChatGPT app just to pull benefits copy, and I'll post that in the email to you. But what it does is it sort of breaks down the features that you have and translates it roughly into benefits. I have not edited it, so you can kind of take it as you see it. But the benefits are really important. Like, how are you making the life of your best reader better? What specifically are you doing? And then, and what villain of theirs are you slaying? I mean, that's really what a brand does is your queer women, lesbian women, readers have problems. They have issues. They have challenges. And you're solving those challenges. What are they? That's what to think about. Okay. So enough about branding. Let me keep going. Newsletter. Okay. I see you send, it looks like you send a few newsletters per week. That's great. 2 or 3, I'd say at your pace is good. However, I think there's a little too much going on. The average reader has about a 20-minute attention span in their email box maximum. And there's a lot here to click on. You have sort of top reads, which I think really should be the focus. And then you have other stuff to read. And if somebody clicks in, scans what's new, and then clicks in to read an article, their 20 minutes is just about over. And you want to also focus on your most important content. I like that you have become a VIP. This and this looks like an editor's welcome. You might want to sign off with your name and a signature here. Make it more personal. If you can make this intro a little more personal, that'd be great. I don't know if you need the menu here. The menu's, I guess that's pretty good. And then down here at the bottom, I like this a lot, this layout. But these are benefits. These are features, not benefits. So exclusive perks and benefits. Well, what are the benefits? The benefits is really what sells. 4 times entries into our competitions. That's cool. What's that all about? I have no idea. This is a feature, unlock exclusive content. What's the benefit here? Have your say on what we write and who we platform. That's kind of cool. That feels like a benefit. I get to share my voice with you. Help us commission more queer writers. Okay. And then upgrade. I don't know what that really means. I would say have a bigger button that says, subscribe to become a VIP so that it's very clear what they're doing. Okay. And the rest of this is, I think, too much. We have a publisher that we're working with now that focuses on 2 articles per email. And I think they're sending out daily, but it's just 2. And it's 2 very focused articles to keep things simple. Now, the other thing you can do is you can bring back archives. I think you have a fair amount of long form content, and we have another publisher that once a week, they just take 2 related articles and put them out as, a blast from the past or from the archives. And what they've actually found, and others have found, is that archive articles have perceived higher value than fresh new articles, which is super interesting. So think about that. Okay, so that's your newsletter. And then last thing, your subscribe page. This is a pretty typical subscribe page. This up here should really be all about the benefits copy. I'll send you it and you can work on it. This is sort of feature. How are you making your readers' lives better? Why should I should I join? I want access to your content, but what are you going to do how's my life going to be better? And I'm a bit of a broken record. This is good. I saw this at the bottom here. This is kind of hidden down here. Your support helps us commission. So I'd work on some really nice benefits copy here. Okay. And the subscriptions itself, here's my recommendation on the layout. I would create this page. You don't have to use our cards. You can just use links to our subscription levels. But what Salem Reporter is doing here incredibly successfully, this promotion has been in place for over 2 years because it works. So what they're doing is they're discounting time over money. So first 3 months for the price of 1. It's $12 for 3 months, and then it renews at $12 per month. So what they're saying is you're going to pay full price, but you're going to get 3 months, right? So it's a paid trial is really what it is. They're not discounting the value of their content. They're just giving you more time. Subscribe now. So that's That's compelling. Hey, that makes me feel good. I like that. But then this little text link here on the bottom, choose a yearly plan and save 17%. Oh, wow. I can save even more with a yearly plan. So it's like a double benefit, psychologically speaking. First one is, oh, this is good. Well, wow, this is even better. Okay, I'm going to go for better. So I've kind of gotten a couple of dopamine hits there. All right. And then gift subscriptions. I think you are absolutely ripe for gift subscriptions. I would set that up and have that as well. Okay. I think I've said enough. I hope this was helpful, and let's definitely connect and talk about it. See ya.